Good evening, everyone. This is Lawrence Henderson. Today on this edition of The Lab, and today is all about releasing yourself to be successful. And for me, I'm going to be super transparent with you all in this episode. Almost 3 years ago, to the end of this month, I got out of the United States Army. And for that first 9 months that I was out, I had a rough go of it. I went into, immediately people come after veterans, sales organizations, whether it be financial planning organizations, because of, our get up and go attitude, our can-do attitude. We're very prime candidates for that kind of sales environment, because it's driven off of pressure and, stress, and, they feel like, the skills we acquired while we were in uniform are very transferable. So I did that for the first several months that I was out of the Army. But it felt like I was doing somebody else's business. I was, again, following the beat of their drum. And when I got out and I transitioned, they get you ready to be a soldier. They get you ready to be an officer, but the transition process leaves a lot to be desired. And one of the things that I was not issued, and my military folks and law enforcement, you'll reference in that term of endearment being issued something, but I wasn't issued another mission statement. I wasn't given a personal mission statement. I wasn't released to now be successful for Team Henderson. For so many years, I've been taught to, look to my left, look to my right, take care of my battle buddy, take care of my soldiers. And I had a purpose, vision, and direction as it pertained to, the job that I was doing in the United States Army. But I wasn't then released back to being Lawrence. I wasn't released back to being a husband, a brother, a friend in that moment. And so I had to sit down, and I was very self-aware of being lost and being in that pit of not having my bearings about myself, or knowing where, my heading was going, where I was going, what I wanted to be. I knew I still wanted to help people, but what did that look like for me? And so I had to, praying, seeking God for, inner peace, and joy. What is that joy? How do I find that joy? I was like, God, I need your help. I just need your help. And it just simply was like, Lawrence, I need you to understand I've equipped you with everything you need to be successful. I need you to release yourself. I need you to release yourself to be successful. It's okay. It's okay for you to be an example for others to follow. It's okay to be in this place where you're hurting and you're feeling this pressure and you're feeling this pain. It's okay. It's the natural ebbs and flows of life. But the one thing I can't have you do, I can't have you stay there. I can't have you stay there. And so for me, that was the turning point for me. So even if you're still in uniform, and you're still, fighting, that good fight, or if you're in a life transition, you need to release yourself to be successful. Know that it's okay to be successful in this new season. And in 2018, we're talking about aligned availability. You have to walk in the confidence, competence, and courage to know that you're enough. And everything you aspire to do, you desire to do, put yourself in position to acquire that knowledge and then act on it. And everything I've done since I had that moment of releasing myself to be successful, I made sure that, again, I did those self-checks. I did those gut checks. Lawrence, where are you at? And I made sure I surrounded myself with people who I allowed to be honest with me. And, one of my good buddies told me about being empathetic, not being having pity for people, but being able to put myself in somebody else's shoes. How's it going, Pastor Roberson? Pastor Roberson, before I left the Army, was very instrumental in me getting further connected to that spirit man within me that I needed to individually grow my relationship with God. And once I got the priority of relationship correct, meaning, God, my faith, God, me, then my wife, and then everything else, I began to see myself correctly. So for you all in this season, releasing yourself to be successful, releasing yourself to be successful in those positive places, in those environments, and understanding if you see yourself correctly and you know whose you are, you have the opportunity to win at levels that you've never experienced before in your life. And so let's, again, continue to seek after it, that self-fulfillment, that purpose, which aids your passion. Purpose is all about the foundation of everything else that you're going on in your life. So if you don't know how to get there, get with somebody who can actually walk that out for you, whether that's a coach, whether that's a pastor, whether that's friends, family, whatever that is for you. Get connected. All right. So again, thank you for those who logged on and are watching this edition of The Lab. You could find us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook under Boss Lab. And so I appreciate you all. And it's day 11 of the 40-day transformation. So the next 30 days will be like today. So I know this one was a little bit longer, but it will be some of my truths and how and why you should take your time to listen to me. So again, you can find us also at www.bossconsultingllc.net for leadership resources and other tools of the trade. All right. Have a great one. Be blessed. Release yourself to be successful, people. Release yourself. All right. Have a great one.